Oh wait, it's back.
Is it?
It's back, guys. Yeah, it's back.
Alright. Slight mishap, slight mishap. Hopefully that didn't cut the VOD
Yeah.
in two.
Oh, and Fox left the chat.
Oh, did he? He'll be back.
Yeah, all I'll say is, I'm sorry about the mirror story, guys. It was something that got me extremely paranoid as well. Like, ever since then, I've been checking every nook and cranny of my house to make sure there's nothing there.
Welcome back. Thank you, thank you. Alright, let's go full screen.
Okay.
Don't tell us.
Yeah, I have a few other stories that are of my past that happened, but I'll wait for Fox to come back. Yeah. But I will say the two most scariest supernatural stuff that ever happened to me was the jump of what they were calling a Jinn in the store, and then that mirror. The mirror freaked me out the most.
That is whack, dog. I would. The thing I hate.
I do have a few others.
The thing that gets me, like. The thing that makes me jump more than anything, the frog type creature you described. Like distorted looking features is I will absolutely freak out.
What about Igor? Igor. Sorry, I can't get over when you said that. So it's like an Igor looking motherfucker. Sorry, that was funny to me. It made me like I'm uncomfortable telling this shit because I feel like something's gonna happen. Because so far, every time I've talked about it, something's happened.
Do it for the content. Yo, my power went out.
Oh, okay. If something happens to me tonight, then I'm going to track you down and kick you in the shin.
I will personally perform an exorcism for you.
That's not only work on possessions.
Confessions? No. There's a.
No, I said possessions.
Oh no, houses as well.
That ghosts can possess houses and houses things.
Yeah, that's called a poltergeist.
Yeah, but poltergeists usually aren't violent unless it had a horrible ending to its life. Oh, there's Fox.
You back, my boy. Ah, yes.
Back.
Welcome, sir. We missed you.
Big old storm.
It seems the ghost in my mirror did not like Zen's stream or me talking about it.
Well, if that was a thing, then it would be targeting at me because I'm a skeptic. Anyways, there's a lot of electricity within the air. Well, you know what I mean by that. Not obviously coursing through the air, but yeah, a lot of stuff is happening. And yeah, we are back in.
Yeah, I have a few other stories that happened in previous years that I can talk about if you want.
Okay. Then how much? It doesn't matter to me, but how long do you think these are going to be?
Yeah, it's up to Zen.
At most, I'd
want me
like
to keep
to
going?
pull 2 hours, but I'll settle for
We can keep going.
an hour. Yeah, we keep going.
Okay. So this one happened. I'm going to talk about. This is a completely different side. It's not really as scary per se, but it is supernatural nonetheless. And I think I'll explain it as it happened. So for a while, when I was working at the Amazon fulfillment center, I was staying at my girlfriend's house because she lived a lot closer to it, and she could drive me to work every day. So, on our way to work, well, it was in the morning, and I think to myself a lot because usually I can find out answers when I think to myself.
Yeah.
But when it was one specific moment, and I forgot what this question was, but I asked myself whether or not I should do something, and I just got a very loud voice that wasn't my own, and wasn't my own doing. It wasn't my subconscious, because when my subconscious happens, it's at a normal, like, voice level of how I'm talking in my head normally.
Okay,
But
yeah.
this was a lot louder and more forceful, pushing out all my other thoughts. And it was just the word no.
No?
Basically, I was asking if I should do something, and my thoughts were racing, and then just a very loud no. Just cleared out all my thoughts, and that was all that was in there. And I tried forcing my thoughts back in by asking the question, but anytime I even started it, it would just repeat itself, no. It was not my voice. I knew it wasn't my subconscious because my subconscious was trying to respond to it as well. And later, when I attempted to do it, the action, I forgot exactly what it was. It ended up very badly where I got myself injured. And it wasn't work related. It was just like something whether or not I should do. I wish I could fucking remember it. I remember the second one. It was near last Christmas, and this has been happening every time I'd ask myself a question. It would answer yes or no. Only those two. It would just say it once. It would clear out all my thoughts. It'd be very loud. It would not be my voice, and I could not push it out. No matter the question, it'd always be a question that had like a yes or no answer. It was the only time we would answer. And when it was Christmas time, my girlfriend got her family got her a room at a hotel for me and her to spend at for Christmas Eve. And so we were talking about it, and she was kind of anxious about it, and I was thinking about it. And we were on our way there, and I was thinking, because I had a bad feeling, and I was wondering, should I really go? And it said, no once again. Very loud, louder than ever before, and I was really unnerved by that because so far it's always been correct. Every time, 100%. So I ended up taking a knife with me just in case something decided to, either break in or we got in trouble. And I had to fight my way out because I wasn't sure exactly, because it was always something different. Something bad would happen, but I would never know what it would be. Okay. And so, when we got to the hotel, it was great. We had a good time. And then the morning we were supposed to leave, my girlfriend started talking, and she was having doubts about our relationship and everything like that. And we were talking some more, and then we ended up leaving. And when we were a few days after that, our relationship went downhill, where she ended up cheating on me, lying to me constantly. It got really bad, and I know that a relationship doesn't just like randomly stop and everything. It slowly goes downhill from decisions and everything. But the fact that it was going fine until the first time that I didn't listen to it, it really unnerved me. Because the second I didn't listen to it, after all that stuff happened, it never came back.
So, I can also speak on this. Similar experiences from people I know, not as forceful. So, are you guys familiar with the term guardian angel?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it said...
real quick, to put a little bit more detail into it, the exact time that it stopped talking to me was when I told my ex, but at the time was my girlfriend, about the voice. That's when it stopped.
So it's written that for every person who has ever lived, there has been a guardian angel to watch over you and guide you down the right path. And rarely do you ever hear of an occasion where something related to a guardian angel has saved somebody, because they weren't meant to be prominent figures in anyone's life. They were more there to spectate, you could say, and kind of nudge you in the right direction, not take immediate action. But very rarely are there cases where people say they've heard voices or been asked questions that kind of led them down the right path. I've never heard of such a case where they would give you a direct yes or no answer.
See, when it was happening, I thought it was. It sounds stupid when I say it out loud, but it sounded like I thought it was a deity, like a god.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was, at least. That's why I listened to it for so long, but then I let personal stuff interfere with it, and then it did not end well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have really much stuff for this. The only thing for decision making really is never really had anything loud. It's for me, I've had hunches that were very prominent in my head, but they'd very flash. So like I had a time where me and a woman had a thing going on, and then like a flash, like I instantly knew what was, like I had a hunch what was going on. And usually when I get hunches, I'm almost always right. There have been a few cases where I'm not, but you could almost call it a sixth sense. But I've had hunches where I'm like, I guarantee. It's not really like yelling into my brain. It's more of like the dots connect,
Okay.
and like that.
Yeah, it's like a gut feeling. I've had those too, and I had those a lot. But this was just completely different.
Yeah,
It was like something just screaming in my head.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, I mean that's the only closest thing I've ever had to that, and I think that's just your brain actually connecting all the things you've witnessed, and subconsciously.
Okay, Dragon Finder, can you stop talking about JoJo for 10 seconds?
Hey man, it's a good show. Pop off.
I know, I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm reading the manga on part 8.
Shush, I stopped at part 5 anime.
Anyways, I know someone personally who wasn't a voice. It was or not a voice in their head. I'm not gonna disclose the identity, but it's somebody in my family. They heard a voice ask if they were ready to go, right? Like, hey, are you ready to go? You know, just a soft male voice, and they were dead asleep in their room with no one around, and just they said I can't really say that without giving away who it is. Anyway, yeah, they tried to respond with a joke, and then just felt their mood slowly drift into a really serious direction, and they were just like, no, I'm not ready to go yet. And it just the fucking heaviness in the air just went away. Like, it's weird.
That definitely is weird.
Like just a disembodied voice asking you, like, hey, are you ready to die, basically? And you're just like, what? How could you ever be ready for that?
No, maybe.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Yeah, The voice in my head, I could tell it wasn't mine, but I wasn't able to tell if it was like masculine or feminine. It was like neutral.
Okay. Yeah.
It was just the word.
I mean, yeah, I can't really say anything on that. Only experience I've had is just, yeah, connecting the dots really in my head. So I don't know what would make your mind really.
It helped a lot when I listened to it. Like whenever I listened to it, it always seemed to be like either a good or just like an average day. But if I didn't listen to it, something bad would happen. Either later down the road throughout the day or an immediate.
Okay.
One thing I have noticed recently though is with my karma. And I came up with a new saying instead of just karma's a bitch, it's karma's a bitch, but it's my best friend. Because so far, anytime someone has done something bad towards me, something has immediately happened to them where something's bad has happened to them. Either they've gotten hurt, they've gotten in trouble, they've gotten fired, or whatever. But it's always been like immediate, like 10 seconds afterwards.
That is called being in the good graces. Somebody loves you very much.
Now, I'm not saying I have good luck. I think I have good luck to a degree, and I have been lucky so far. I will admit that.
I've learned.
Although I've noticed, Zen, as I've told you about stuff that's happened recently in my life, like one of the reasons why I'm moving. With all the stuff that's happened at work and everything, where I've gotten into fights with coworkers because the manager would start shit.
Yeah.
And then someone would come up to me and argue with me, then they'd punch me, and I would definitely fight back. But at the same time, I'm at the point where, I'm just kind of going with the flow of things.
Yeah, that's a healthy mindset.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I've learned over the years it's a lot easier to live with yourself when you just do the right thing.
Yeah, I'm at a point where I've realized that in this world, nothing is permanent, whether it is an action, a word, a feeling, or anything. So there's no point in acting upon it immediately. Because no matter what, if someone does something bad, eventually something will happen to them that will put them in their place.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely
Whether
agree with
that takes to the end of their life and they finally die of whatever causes, or they stub their toe. Something will happen that will put them in a bad mood that you should know that it shouldn't matter if you get your revenge. What should matter is that you didn't go down to their level.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
It shouldn't matter whether or not you get it.
It's just good morals. That to me, that's just good morals. Because it's like, I'm gonna get into something that will trigger a lot of people, but I'm actually, I'm dabbling in it, and the thought that religion is a metaphor, mostly. Most of the time, most religions are metaphors. I don't know all religions out there, so I can't say all of them are. But I'm just gonna say most of them, yeah, they're metaphors, because they're a metaphor for how you should live your life, and for a basic society, and for it to work, and for people to be nicer to each other. That is what the main goal of a religion is supposed to do.
I could see that.
And the only thing you really add on to that is faith and a comfort of death to make sure you go somewhere when it's basically a reward system for living your life in a good way. And
my thoughts on religion are different, but it's not like I'm for religion or against religion. My thing is, I don't care if you believe in a god. I don't care if you belong to a religion. my belief is that any religion that has been put where that person is technically put in charge, it shouldn't exist because it's always been used for corruption. So my thinking is religion isn't a good thing necessarily, but being spiritual is. My idea of religion is more of people use it to group up just so they can go against others. And now it's been put into our world.
I gotta throw my hat in the ring now, damn. Alright. The one time it's gonna be okay for me to talk about religion, let's go. Alright. So, where I stand in the whole thing, I'll put it to you like this. From the dawn of time, in America, we live in a Christian society.
True.
But anyone with access to a history book can tell you there are, I don't even know the number, there are countless religions with the same ideology, and half of them have even the same god, just by a different name. And we go to war with these people for no reason. I believe in a higher power, a one true being, I guess you could call it. I mean, that's just my mindset and where I settled into. Am I a Christian? No. Am I a Baptist? No. Presbyterian? Nope. I don't belong to a group. I believe in a God, and that in order to get to the promised land, you need to be a halfway, not even a good person. You just need to be a decent person.
Agnostic.
I mean, somewhat.
I think agnostic is more the fact where there could be a God. You don't know, but you're not really going to say atheism, say like, no, there's not. You firmly believe that there's not. You're saying no, there could be, but you don't have enough proof to whether there is or not.
The way that I've set up agnostic in my head is you can believe there's God, you can believe there's not a God, you just believe that there's something in control, but you don't give it a name, you don't give it a group, because if something has that type of power, then it shouldn't be possible for people to be for sure exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
that's how I've been using it.
Yeah.
Boys, you guys continue this conversation. I'm gonna take a 2-minute break. I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, it's like, it's not. In my head, I was always agnostic because I'm like, I don't have enough proof that there's something out there. Like, I don't have proof that there is, and I'm not a faithful person. I don't have a lot of faith. I'm a very realistic kind of person. So it's always just been that. It's always just been that way. So I was like, if I don't really, and it's like logically you're gonna be like, okay, the rapture, there's gonna be an earthquake, and what it says in the Bible that God will appear, the angels with trumpets, and God will appear in the sky and will be seen from earth. Well, you can't see one point in the sky from all points on earth. It's not possible. Unless you got multiple projections of the same thing around the whole world.
Or it's encompassing it. Or surrounding, it's a better word for it.
Well, if it was surrounding it, then what would a person in Africa see compared to the person in Australia see? It's like, well, one would see his nose, one would see his chin. If it was surrounding it with one image. If it was multiple images, you'd just see like a whole bunch of gods, maybe, if it was surrounding it. But then again, how's a projection going to be like that? It's not possible.
Yeah, and when in the way that like the one true God is supposed to be is omnipotent and omniscient, so it can control anything, everything, and more. So if something like that did exist, then it would make sense that it could, from any point of view, you could see it. Because if it can do anything and more, then it would be able to do that.
And exactly, that's why I'm not like very prominent on these things. And so it's like, there's actually a religion without a god, and that would be Buddhism, because Buddha was a prince that went out and saw famine, disease, death, and I believe like poor, and like being poor and not wealthy. And that's the only one without a god. And he was just like,
Well-
I'm gonna sit under a tree. And then apparently he found a vision to where, like, the Buddha found a vision on where, like, his sisters were coming after him in a way of lust. And he was not disgusted by it, nor was he lustful towards it. And so he found the middle way in everything, and that's why they have it's like the middle way. That's why there's this joke out there: you never give a birthday present to a Buddha, because he'll say a clothes hanger and a new car is the same thing to him. These are both equal to me. So, I mean, that's the only way that I would like be okay. I mean, they all religions have the same rendition of just being a good person, of not being a jackass. So that's
Yeah.
that's my basis line. I'm gonna say that's just a metaphor.
Yeah, like, I'm not.
Another thing, real quick.
Go ahead.
Another thing on that is the way that people explain hell is it's your own personal hell. Like, you're punished in a way that would make sure that you suffer. And if heaven is the exact opposite, then if you believe you were doing the right thing, and if you believe you were a great person, if you believe you were a good person, doesn't that mean you would go to heaven?
No, because actually, technically, if you're gonna believe in that, then you would be put into limbo. If you do not believe in it, if you were a good person and not believing in God, you will be put into limbo, where you will forever search for God, and you will never find him. But it's not a great life, but it's not hell torture life.
The way I was saying it is
purgatory.
It's not that they
That's
don't believe, because obviously there's people who believe. Like, for example, I'm going to go on to an extreme here, okay? So people don't get mad at me.
Feel free.
Do not get. It's going to become kind of offensive, so don't take this as my personal belief. It's just an example, okay? Adolf Hitler believed in God. He believed in all sorts of things. He believed he was doing the greater good. He believed he was serving God. And when in World War I, he was a messenger for the Germans, and he got hit by mustard gas, and he believed that he saw God.
Mm-hmm.
And he was told what to do and everything. So if he believes in God, and he believes what he's doing is for him, and what he's doing is right, would that mean for him personally, he would get into his personal heaven?
I mean, if you say, like, the Bible itself actually says, at any point, if you pray for forgiveness and mean it in your heart, all your sins will be erased, and you'll be able to get into heaven with one prayer, as long as you don't do anything bad after that. And so it's at the moment of your death and you regret, and you actually pray and want to forgive your sins, then boom, you're into heaven. That's what the Bible says.
Yeah. And another thing on that is the way that we see sins and everything, that's all handwritten, and one person thought of it, or one person was supposedly told this and interpreted this in his own way. So how do we truly know that it's the correct version of what we're supposed to be doing?
Exactly, and that's why there's so many denominations. Go ahead, sorry.
And the way that I see it is, as long as you believe what you are doing is right and is truly good for the people in the world and for you, then wouldn't that mean you would technically be able to get into heaven? Because for you, you were not evil. And if God forgives and does not see evil, then doesn't that mean that people who see someone doing evil, but if that person doesn't, that person would still get into heaven?
Because I mean, there's everything. All this is like whack. It's crazy, because there's two options. There can be one religion that is right, or there can be zero religions that are right. Because hear me out. So you have Christianity, like say, you would say, oh, why can't there be two religions that are correct? Well, because they all conflict. They
Yeah.
can't be.
They all differ.
Yeah, exactly. So if two were exist, it would actually make a whole separate one in itself. So you have Christianity, Judaism, Islamic, Shintoism, Jainism, Hinduism, Buddhism. Like you have Sikhism. You have so many religions, and they're all different, and they all believe like different things, and they all believe different on what's after. How would we even know what is right? And if you think about it, why would people believe that when nobody has ever been to the other side and came back? Like they say.
And there's people who have claimed it, of course, and who knows, they might have.
Okay, I have to chime in here. Actually,
Go ahead.
this is kind of out of the blue, but since we're talking about it, I was at a point infatuated with the idea of dying, visiting either heaven or hell, and coming back. And I met a pastor, and I'll look it up later if anybody wants to like actually see this video I'm talking about. DM me, I'll find it. This man is a registered minister. He died when he was young. He had a condition. He had a brain condition. I want to say it was a brain condition. And I was talking to him because at the time I was still going through all of my paranormal stuff. In my, God, this was probably 3 years ago now. I emailed this man because he had his email, and he didn't like telling the story, and his wife passed away, and the one thing his wife asked him to do was tell that story because he never liked telling that story because of the way people responded, like, oh, you're lying and this and that. So he made a video regardless of his own feelings, and thought it was really neat.
Yeah.
And I was asking him, I showed him what was going on with me. I have a picture of a shadow person beside me and all this and that, and I told him all my experiences and stuff, and he actually responded and showed me how to exorcise my house as a registered minister would exorcise a house. And he gave me step-by-step instructions, and it was just a super wholesome thing of him to do, in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really cool, man. I still have the email saved.
Oh wow.
You should. Can you forward that to me? I'd actually want to read that,
Yeah, it's
or at least the instruction part. If it's too personal, like for the other stuff, then you don't have to worry about it. But at least the instructions.
I can tell you the instructions by heart, actually. So, obviously, this is a registered minister, so we're going off the Bible. Psalms 23, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. That verse, really famous verse. And you want to open every door in your house. Open every door in your house. Start at the very back of your house. Over every doorway, closets, and all, you want to take holy water if you can get it from if you can get water blessed from a priest, or if you can't, olive oil. I don't know why olive oil. I'm not sure what the hell that has to do with anything, to be honest, but olive oil. And you want to recite Psalms 23 over and over again from the back of your house. Over every doorway, recite Psalms 23 while drawing a cross over every door in your house. And you want to finish at the front door. And his instructions to me were, you're going to feel evil move through you, through the house, as you're doing this, and intensify as you near the end, because it's going to be afraid. And I was like, oh. He said, and you have to be alone while you do it. There can't be anyone else in the house. He said, and when you finish with the front door, shut the door. And I was like, oh, okay. And those are the instructions.
Wow.
It was like super like, oh, hell.
What about animals? Do animals count?
No, I don't think so. I think you'll be fine if you have a dog. Dogs are supposedly super heightened in their senses, so they can see things that we can't, smell things that we can't, and notice things that are there. So it would probably help to have a dog. Dogs are extremely protective of their owners.
What
Countless.
about cats?
Oh yeah, cats too. Less less willing to protect you than dogs, I imagine, but cats as well. Yes. There's countless stories of dogs going crazy over shadow people in rooms and laying on top of their owners, going absolutely ballistic.
So, should I continue my stories, or should we keep talking about this stuff?
Feel free
I
to
mean, I can
continue.
do it again.
Feel free to continue.
I mean, I have a few other stories there, but these are like past stuff that doesn't involve my workplace.
No, sorry, you'll be fine with the lights off.
These ones aren't really scary because they're really short. Like, for me, it was like seconds. I could probably spread it to like maybe 30 seconds per story.
That's fine. Go ahead.
The main one that's on my head right now is I was at a friend's house. I was really young. I was like 10, 11, maybe, around that area. And I was spending the night, and we were just talking. All the lights were on, doors were open, and everything. And so his bedroom has a bathroom that connects to another bedroom, and in that bathroom it has like the sink, and then there's another door in the middle where it's like the toilet and the shower. It's like a T shape. So there's the back place that has like toilet, shower, door. You can open that, go up, and then there's sinks and mirrors, and then to your left and right would be doors to each bedroom.
All right.
One's his room, one's his brother's room. I know it's complicated, but that's the best way to describe it.
I got you.
So we were just talking and everything, and I was looking through the bathroom into the other room as we were talking, and I saw a ghost. And it's a ghost, not a shadow person, because it had color, and the best description I can give it is a lumberjack. I didn't see its face or its head. It could have had one. I don't know. All I saw was shoulder below, in my from what I saw. It had the black and red plaid shirt, jeans, and boots. It was literally, it looked like a lumberjack, and it was standing looking at the mirror and everything. And once again, I blinked and it was gone. That's all there was to it. And when when we were talking about it, I mentioned it to him, and he said that he's seen ghosts before in the house. Don't know if he was being honest or not. Kids lie a lot, make stuff up. So,
Not really sure.
Lumberjack, huh?
So was it like just a person, but like
yeah, it was just it looked just like a person who's looking at the mirror.
Did it notice you at all?
No, it was just looking into the mirror.
Okay.
Like how you guys do every day when you brush your teeth, brush your hair, whatever.
Okay. So, old-timey clothes, I assume?
No, it was
Like not
black and red.
not super
denim,
old-timey, but like recent, like maybe 19.
It's like the stereotypical Canadian lumberjack where it's the black and red plaid over shirt, jeans, and then boots.
Okay. Okay. So with regular spirits, I forget what the term is. It's been a long time since I spent too much time researching. I'm really just going off what I remember. So there's a version of, I like to call them white spirits. I don't know why. Like it's not like a term used by the fucking paranormal investigators or experts or anything. I just call them white spirits. I don't know why. I've taken to it. Basically, it's a spirit from not even like the distant past, could be like the near past, like this century, 1900s, not even early 1900s, like 1960, 1970. There's a lack of hippie ghosts, I'm sorry to say. But I call them white spirits because if I were to put myself in their shoes, I would say my surroundings were like white noise or static. Basically, these are spirits who can't interact with anything, and a lot of the times people assume they don't even know that they're dead. They relive their life as if they had never died. They don't notice you, they don't respond to anything. They just go about their daily lives as if they had never died. In their same clothes, doing the same things.
Yeah, that'd be dope to do. I'd like that.
That'd be weird.
I'd be mad chilling.
By the way,
I'd just be looking at people.
Dragon asked if I ever tried talking these things. I did at one point. I tried. I mean, nothing really happened. I got to a point where I never really get the chance to even try until they're already gone.
Was speaking or communicating with spirits?
Yeah.
That's one thing I can say about every one of my encounters. There's never been a noise.
Yeah, there's usually never noises, and you never really get the chance to talk to them because they usually leave or disappear, or you just can't see them anymore before you get the chance to. And the only ones that I've had the chance to, I've been too terrified because they last long enough where you could technically say something, but you don't want to say anything because you're not sure if it's noticed you, but it's there.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, not really to me, but it makes sense. Because I mean, like, I would just be like, "Hey, yo."
Think about it like this: if there is a mother bear with cubs around her, you don't want to be seen, you don't want to be heard, you don't want to be smelled, you don't want to move because you just want to leave. That's the situation when you get the chance to talk to spirits. That's usually how it is for me, at least.
I have never met or encountered a white spirit. I've seen dogs. I've seen, like, and it's weird because people say dogs don't have spirits, but I've seen almost every one of my dogs that I've loved after they've died, and it's very odd. Like, just, it unnerves me a lot because I don't know. I have a really strong connection to all my dogs, and then when they die, I'm like super fucking distraught, like for a week, 2 weeks, and I just fucking sulk. And then they come running up to you, and you're like, what the fuck? And they're gone. And it's just like, oh no.
Yeah. He also asked if any of us have ever had sleep paralysis. I have. Back when I was living in Michigan, I was asleep and I woke up and I couldn't move, and my mom was talking to me, and it was still like night, and she was gonna move me from. I was sleeping on the couch at the time, and she picked me up and was bringing me to my bed. But I was awake and I was trying to say something, but nothing could come out.
I have also had a sleep paralysis situation, and it also involved my mother, which was kind of weird.
Maybe moms just don't want you to move while you're sleeping.
I remember I woke up, I heard my mom in my room messing with one of my drawers. She walked right by me and opened my nightstand for something, or was getting something off my nightstand, I don't remember. And I couldn't move, and I just remember thinking, oh shit. I was super calm, surprisingly.
Yeah.
I was like, man, what the hell's going on? I can't open my eyes. I can't move my arm. I was trying really hard. I was straining in my fucking brain to move my fucking hand or ask for help or something. I just,
Yeah.
in that moment, all I wanted was
Trying to scream.
I just wanted my mom to slap me as hard as she fucking could. Just jar my brain. I'm like, Mom, just slap me. Just fucking slap me. Something hit me in the face. And when she walked away and closed the door and I was stuck there, I was like, I guess I'll just go back to sleep. And I just turned my brain back off. And woke up, and the minute I woke up, like 30 minutes later, I ran to the fucking kitchen. I was like, Mom, were you in my room 30 minutes ago? They're like, yeah. I was like, I was awake, but I couldn't move. It was super weird.
I didn't say anything, but yeah.
Yeah, I've never had anything like that. The only time I really can't move is when it's 6 o'clock in the morning and I don't want to go to work.
You're right.
But, well, actually, sorry, 5 o'clock.
I feel that.
I'm supposed to be at work at 6. But, yeah, no, I've never had anything like that happen. I think I've one time when I was a small kid, I was like, it was more just the fact that I was like, you know how you can never really catch yourself sleeping? You just wake up and you're like, I guess I fell asleep at that time. It's like I caught myself falling asleep. Like I was asleep and I caught myself. I'm like, I am asleep right now. This is whack.
So I did have a dream that, from the description someone gave earlier, had demons in it. My friend was explaining to me that he found a picture online that he saw, and when he went to bed, it was in his dream, and all it said to him was, "I am the king," and it was just this black figure that stood like over, well, from what they described, over 7 feet tall. It was very tall. And he described it to me and showed me the picture. And I said to him, if I see something in my dreams now, I'm going to have to beat the shit out of you, right? Jokingly, because I didn't think anything would happen. But that night, it appeared in my dreams, but not alone. It had thousands and thousands of others along with it. And he said that it never moved for him, but for me, it was slowly walking towards me. It didn't say anything. It just slowly walked towards me and lifted up its very long, pitch black arm that you could still see. It was a pitch black room, no lights, but you could still see them, as if they stuck out. No face, no descriptions except that its limbs were long. And all it did was walk up to me while slowly raise its arm. And as soon as it finished raising its arm, it pointed at me. And that's when I woke up.
So your friend said that this thing said the exact words, "I am the king"?
Yes.
Okay, so demons, and I've heard a lot of stories of this as well. "I am the king" is referring to Satan, the king of the underworld, as you know. A lot of times, demons will play on that name to create fear. Everyone's scared of Satan. I mean, who wouldn't be, right?
Well, I didn't have fear. I was extremely calm.
Yeah. But like, I'm just saying in general, with all these investigations people do, where there actually is something incredibly wrong, more often than not, they will find some correlation to the spirit or the demon playing at Satan's name, stealing his identity almost. Which makes sense in some way, because if you ask any priest anywhere, they will tell you demons aren't real. It's just Satan. Just Satan. All evil in the world is Satan.
It's stolen valor.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I mean, if they're demons, you can't put it past them.
I mean, Yeah, he makes a good
Not
point.
like they're gonna care. What is he gonna do? Kill him? Yeah.
But I did have this weird thing, and I will just say it's coincidence because obviously I don't believe in it really, but there was a certain pillowcase that I'll have the exact same nightmare every time I slept on it. It's kind of weird. It's really weird. It was like a vampire, and not like one of those like Dracula types. No, this thing was like ugly. Dude, it had like a deformed mouth, deformed head.
Like Nosferatu.
Like the
Yeah,
no,
a little bit like Nosferatu, not Dracula. It was very Nosferatu-like and very like.
because Dracula's like a cereal box.
Yeah, exactly. But it was just a room with black and white tiles. Square room, black and white tiles. It was a very, very big room. Had like Roman columns. Just boom, like one row of columns going up and down the room, and then like give it a little bit, and then another row, and that would be going across the room. So I would be running from it, and it was weird because that thing would be slowly catching up to me. And then what the weirdest thing was is my vision would change to a bird's eye view of the room, and then me and Nosferatu would be chess pieces, and for every one I moved, he would move two.
Well, that's just not fair. That's not how you play chess.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, a pawn and a horse, maybe.
There's a
That could be something, but
How old did he
basically-
cheat? Sorry.
No, you're good. No, yeah, I would be like, I would be looking down on myself running away from him, but it wasn't like, it was just a chess piece, and I knew that was me, and I knew the other one was behind him because it took like surprisingly a long amount of time. Like, it took me a surprisingly long time for him to catch up to me. Like, you should have caught up faster, but you know, time doesn't work normally in Dreamscape land. But no, and as soon as he caught me, he would choke me out with his clawed hand, and then I would wake up and I'd be like, I was very young at the time too, but I noticed every time I slept on that pillowcase, it was the exact same dream, and it ended the exact same way, and I was like, yo, this is kind of weird.
I know this sounds silly, but maybe the pillowcase was like possessed. And it sounds really fucking silly though.
For the skeptic's explanation, psychologists have done a lot of nightmare studies in the past couple years, and they've found a lot of correlations between recurring nightmares and certain types of stress in your life. And
Yeah.
my brain is trying to connect the dots here. Running from something meant some kind of responsibility that you really didn't want to deal with.
Or we could listen to Dragon Finder, who says crazy stuff.
I think it was like you were running from some kind of responsibility,
Maybe growing up,
or you were worried about like something in the near future.
I mean, it was so long ago that I wouldn't really know. I was a kid. I didn't have any worries in the world at that time.
Well, speaking of dreams, okay, so there are only 2 dreams that I remember perfectly, even to this day, that I haven't had in a while, except for one of them was recent. And, like, I've had it multiple times. I have these dreams whenever, and one of them I have no control over, but it happens not frequently, but like every so often, like once a year, kind of like difference. And it has nothing to do with like anything scary, because it's like a silly dream, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It like extremely silly. It has nothing to do with any ghosts or anything, but whatever. The other one, I have complete control over. except for one aspect of it. So basically, I don't even know how we get there, but we're in an open area. There is a boat. We're surrounded by old cans, boxes. There's like a spinning wheel for like Wheel of Fortune kind of shit. It's not the Wheel of Fortune wheel. It's like an older one made out of like bones, whatever. And I never touch it. It's glowing. I can name everyone who's with me. My ex-stepdad, James. My mom. My brother. A few of my friends. A few cousins. And my girlfriend was there in there. And everyone was, doing fine. And the first time I had the dream, I was like, I couldn't really do too much. But when I was still with that girlfriend and I had that dream, I knew exactly what it was, and I had complete control over it. So when the creature came up, I said, "Hey, I remember you. I remember this dream exactly. Get the fuck out of here."
Oh wow.
And I said it, very like confidently and arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
And I would wake up, and I'd wake up in the morning like if that entire dream took place throughout the entire night, kind of thing.
Okay.
But it was so short.
Wow.
And when me and my girlfriend woke up, she said, "Yeah, you were talking in your sleep." I'm like, "Yeah, I was yelling at this fucker. Keeps going in my dreams every so often." And I think it was really funny, personally. Like, it was like a Charon from Greek mythology, the guy who has the boat. That's the kind of situation it was. And I said, basically, I'm like, "Hey, I remember this place. I know this dream. Get the fuck away from me. Get out of here."
Yeah, I've had trouble lucid dreaming, but I can't really do it. I can't really do it.
I've managed to pull it
I
off
can only
twice.
do it. I've been able to do it a few times, more than twice. Those two dreams, I can do it whenever they pop up. It doesn't happen very often, but when they pop up, I have complete control over them. The first one is really fucking silly. It's everyone's like an elemental wizard, and basically now that I have complete control, I can do whatever the fuck I want. And before it was like a war kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And last time I popped in there, it was the same situation from where it left off, and it was still going on. I'm like, "Hey, I remember this place."
Oh yeah.
And everything that was going on, it just... As soon as I said, "Hey, I remember this place," I woke up.
That's
It's
why.
like, "Oh, cool. Bye."
That's why I stopped lucid dreaming as well, because I got into the groove of it. Like, I did two relatively close together, and then as soon as I realized that I had control, I would use my brain a little bit too much, and I'd fucking wake up.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Come on, man! I was literally just about to have some fun."
I had one dream where this guy was trying to kill my entire family, including me, and I was lucid dreaming because I recognized that it was a dream. Because I'm like, this. First of all, this isn't my house. Second of all, none of these people look who they're supposed to be. And this guy came up. He was coming after us, and we're all running. And then I recognized it, and then I just turned around, and stopped, and looked at him, and he stopped, like weapon raised in hand, and was just staring at me. And we just kind of stared for a few minutes, and then he just like slowly put his weapon back down, looked down, depressed, and walked away.
Yeah, if you have control of a dream, you can't. And I've noticed this too. You can't hurt yourself in a lucid dream. It's like once you know you're in control, it's impossible for your brain to let yourself get hurt in a dream.
That is actually not completely true. I had one dream that I was on a bridge kind of thing, or a subway, something with a very long line of ground. It was either a bridge or a subway for sure. And basically I was walking, and then I just thought about, what if the floor was falling from under me? So the floor became tiles and was falling, kind of like the Chicken Little Sky's Falling kind of thing, where everything's a tile and it's falling.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, for a while I was like barely keeping up with it, and then I just went, I wonder what happens if I stop. So I stopped, and I fell, and there was just darkness, and I was like, Well, this is a lot less exciting.
Let me
Then I woke up.
rephrase. You can't kill yourself in a dream, I should say.
Yeah, you can't kill yourself in a dream.
Um,
I probably should have been dead in that dream if I fell, but
I remember one of the very first lucid dream I ever had, and I still remember it. I was at the mall, and I was with my friends, like a few of my friends from school, and we were walking through the door at my local mall. It was an exact copy, going to the movie theater to watch a movie. As I was walking through the door, my brain kind of like flipped the switch, and I was like, "Wait a minute!" I was like, "I can't be at the mall." I was like, "I can't be at the mall. It's like a school night or something." I was like, "Wait a minute," and then it dawned on me that I was in a dream, and I had control over it. And I was like, "Yo, this is weird." So I walked back to the lobby. My friends didn't come back. They just walked into the movie theater, and I just fucking turned around and left them completely. And fucking. I remember I was like, well, I want to wake up because my mind is not a healthy place for me to be. So I was like, man, I gotta find a way to wake up. I was like, I know, I'll have somebody really big hit me in the face. So just spawned in this big fucking brute, like 7'8".
like Gmod prop hunt with the little gun.
Just spawned his ass in like it was a video game. And I waited for him. I was like, alright, I'm gonna make him hit me. As he got close, my little fucking 9-year-old brain was like, nope, and I started running. I was running around a table in the food court of the mall with this big guy chasing me. And eventually, after like 10 minutes of this shit, I'm like, alright, I just fucking turned around and got ready to let him hit me. And eventually, like, I woke up like right before he hit me, and I was like, God, that was terrifying.
Wow.
I turned my first lucid dream into a lucid fucking nightmare.
I like how this went from like paranormal to lucid dreaming. But I guess lucid dreaming could technically be like supernatural, but
yeah, and that's how normally podcasts go. You take one topic and you run with it.
If you have any more stories, I'd be down to hear them. We just got Thunder in here. I'm sure he'd like to hear a ghost story.
I'm trying to remember. There's 2 others that I had, but I can't remember right now. Let me here. I sent you the stories. Let me read to see if I missed one. Okay, I went over all those already. Damn. Oh, were they? Like, I was about to talk about one, and then someone said something about... I think it was when Fox started talking about the dreaming thing that I lost what I was going to talk about.
We'll let Thunder come in and tell one story. Thunder, can you join my Discord? Go to streams, and I'll pull you in here with us. Would that work for you? I'll let Thunder tell a story really quick, and then I will change the mood so not everyone goes to sleep fucking terrified.
Yo, Dragonfinder, 2 compliments.
God damn it.
And Yucky one as well.
God damn it.
Yeah. Come on. Wait, am I able to drag people into different chats?
You should be. You're an admin. Right?
Yeah. I mean, if you want, I can start doing that, so you don't have to mess with your settings too much.
Okay. Let's give Thunder a minute. We'll let him finish off with the story.
Okay.
And then I've got to fucking import this 2-hour-long stream into a video file and upload it to YouTube.
Nice.
I don't think it's been 2 hours, has it?
Almost.
It's almost been 2 hours. It's 10 minutes shy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, you did good,
Damn.
man. You did real good.
The thing on Twitch says it's only been up for like an hour, so...
God, I hope it didn't split the fucking...
It did, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, because I remember when it cut... You have to upload one on YouTube as part 2. Yeah.
$1.5.
I hate it. I'm probably just gonna like get a video editor and cut them together.
Yeah, or you can do part 1 and part 2. Because then YouTube, you can change titles.
Yeah, I'll probably just do that.
And you can also change them through Twitch on the dashboard. That's what I had to do, because I was trying to stream one of my Outer World streams, and then it tried running it as a Pathfinder teaching session stream.
Oh no.
Amazing. He said he's in. I got you. Hello, hello.
Welcome.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Hey.
All right, I got 2 quick ghost stories.
Good.
Two quickies. So the first one happened to myself.
I like quickies.
Yeah. I was just in my room, right, and I was sleeping, and I woke up, and I think I woke up because in my dream there was like someone calling for me or something, right? And then I woke up, I shoot up out of my bed, and right in front of me at the foot of my bed, there's like a light blue, kind of translucent, shadowy figure standing at the end of my bed. And I look at it, and I recognize it from my dream. And I'm like, this is the figure that woke me up in my dream. And I love my sleep, right? So I'm pissed that it woke me up. So I look it dead in the eyes, and I'm like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to sleep. And then I turn to the left. I put my head back down, and I try to go to bed. But as I'm turning to the left and putting my head down, I see the figure like turn towards my bed and like face it more and start to like slam its hands down, right? Like 2 hands down. And when I was laying down after that, it felt like someone had 2 hands slammed the end of my bed, and my whole bed shook. And that really frightened me, because I was like, how did anyone get in my room? That can't be a real person. My door's locked. There's no way for anyone in.
Did you throw something at it?
No, I just told it to fuck off, and that was it. But then 2 days later, I woke up, and everything on all the shelves in my room was on the ground. Like, someone had taken everything off my shelves, books, clothing, like, I don't even know, games. Everything was just on the ground. It was a massive mess. And when I had gone to sleep, everything was clean. So then that night before I went to bed, I like looked to where I had seen the figure before, and I apologized. And I was like, I'm sorry about what I said before. You can chill here. And then nothing ever happened since then.
I have questions.
At first, hold on. When you started that, I was thinking it might be like a will-o-wisp, because in stories that they're involved in, they usually lead people to places, usually to their death in most of them. Other times to places that include high risk of danger.
Mm-hmm.
The will-o-wisps are it's kind of like a dead spirit, but it doesn't have malicious intent, and it doesn't know what it is. It doesn't have a personification of itself. It's just kind of there.
Interesting.
And they do lead people to death, but they don't get physical. They don't touch you. But if you touch them, you do die.
Now,
Interesting.
you said
They're usually seen as a blue flame.
You said you heard somebody calling you. Did you recognize the voice? Was that anybody that you knew?
I didn't recognize the voice, but it's interesting because I told my mom the story, and she told me that the night in between, because you know how 2 days later everything was off of my shelves, the night in between there, my dad had a similar experience where he was woken up by someone calling to him, and this whole thing happened like a week after one of my grandparents died. My dad's dad died.
Okay.
So my mom thought that might be connected.
There's a common belief in most people who ever hear about it. When a disembodied voice is calling you, and it's a familiar voice. Most people say it's their mother calling them. They say that's a spirit trying to lead you somewhere and show you something. But at the same time, never answer.
Oh, so you're not supposed to answer.
You don't listen to them, you don't follow them, and you don't answer to them. I mean, the fact that you yelled at them.
Did I fuck up by telling him to fuck off?
No.
Okay.
You don't answer them, you don't listen to them. You don't do what they say.
You don't respond, and if you do respond, that was probably the best way to respond.
Yeah, you don't want to answer them. You don't want to answer them, basically. If they say, follow me, you don't follow. You don't say okay, you don't say no. You just change the subject, basically.
I love how you're saying that, but you're the one with the God sent in your mind.
But it's different. His was a physical manifestation.
Okay.
It's two different things. One is completely in my head. I never saw anything. I never saw what talked to me. I never saw it in my dreams. It was only when I was awake and only when I talked to myself first.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It was kind of like a fourth voice. It was like a fourth voice in my head. Because at that time, I had a weird setup in my brain where I had my thinking, a second version of my thinking, and then my subconscious talking to me. But then that fourth voice came out and pushed it all away. His is just a completely outside interaction.
Starry, I said that. I told her to do that because... okay, so, sorry, let me give some feedback or backstory before I respond to Starry. Yuki said she heard her mom calling her once, but her mom wasn't home. And I told her to call her mom and talk to her, and there was a reason for that. So, I don't want to get deep right now, but let's get deep. I told her to call her mom because not too long ago, and this is probably, God, so probably close to 5 or 6 months ago, I was laying in bed. And I haven't had any kind of experiences in 2 years prior to this. I was laying in bed about 8 o'clock, the day after I just went to my best friend's, or one of my best friends. I have two best friends. I went to my one best friend's 21st birthday party with our other best friend and all his friends. And the next night, I was laying in bed on my phone, and I had my phone up above my face, chilling in the dark. My fiance got up to go talk to my mom in the kitchen or something. Anyway, I was on my phone in the dark. A white face, like just a pure like white face, sank next to my left, right next to my phone, and was moving like extremely close to my face. And it was really fast. And as soon as I saw it, I fucking dropped my phone on my nose, rolled over, got up, and walked out of my room. Didn't say anything to anybody. And the next day, I went to work. Well, that day at work, my best friend called me and told me that our friend went home that night and hung himself. So, that's why I told her to call her mom.
That makes sense.
Jesus, dude.
The easiest explanation of how to stay safe from that kind of stuff is if it's telling you to do something, you don't do it. If it's giving you advice, take it. That's kind of like the best way to kind of deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my best explanation of it. Is if it's giving you advice, you take it, and if it's just saying your name, don't answer it.
Because that's, I mean, I think what they're saying is like it's a lure instead of a, hey.
Yeah, it's a lure. It's basically like saying if it is talking in a familiar voice and it says your name, then it wants you to answer it. It wants you to come towards it. It wants you to feel safe.
Don't respond.
Now-
Get up and go find whoever you think is calling you, and if you can't find them, I mean,
Take a shit.
call them on the phone. Like, don't respond out loud.
Yeah. Unless you're saying get the fuck out, apparently, because that works.
Just make sure
what I'm
everything's
thinking-
taped to your tape down.
Yeah. Because basically what he did is he pissed it off. Its lure didn't work correctly. Because instead of making him feel safe, it made him feel uncomfortable.
He did the correct thing in a sense. I mean, he pissed it off, sure. But instead of opening communication, he closed it by telling it to get the fuck out.
And maybe that's why it would
What
mess up my shelves.
Starry just said. Like with what Starry just said, I have that a lot where my mom will ask my name if I need something. I think the best solution to do that is go to them and ask them if they ask for your name afterwards. Because if you do that, then nothing's happens usually afterwards.
I mean,
That's what I do at least.
countless times I have been, mostly when I was younger, not so much anymore, because I'm a little bit smarter now. When I was younger and I had all this stuff still going on in my life, I would be on the game, I'd be on PS4 or PS2 playing Kingdom Hearts or something, and just clear as the damn blue sky hear my name come through my door as if somebody was right outside my door, and I'd sit there and I'd holler, yeah, what's up, get up. I'd go find my parents. Both of them are like, we didn't call you. I'm just like, okay. And it was always my mother's voice, never my father's.
Yeah. I think it's whatever voice you're more comfortable with. It tries using. I mean, if you're aware of that kind of stuff, it doesn't usually work. I think it's if it catches you off guard and you're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird. I mean, I've had these things. I hear
Basically, if it, like I said, if it's telling you to do something or if it wants you to do something, don't do it.
Yeah, gotcha. And I had one more, and this one was a little bit less personal. I was with a buddy, my best friend Riley. We went down to San Diego. We were checking out colleges. It was our junior year of high school. Yeah, so we were checking out where we wanted to apply or where I might go senior year or when we graduated. And we were in this hotel in San Diego. And it was our last day. We were checking out. And he was in the shower in the morning. And I was just chilling in the room. And I looked into the mirror. And there was a woman behind me in the mirror. But then I turned around. And there was nobody there. And whenever I looked into the mirror, the person was there. And they were like moving too. They weren't just static. And I was really freaked out by that. So, but we were just packing up and leaving. And we left and it went down to the desk. I guess my face was still kind of flushed from it. And the guy at the desk was like, "Did you see the woman or the man?"
Nope.
And so I was like, what the heck is this hotel? What is going on here? I guess the people working there know about it, but that was creepy.
Nope. You'd never turn around. Never. Nope. If you turn around, it gives them time to move. You don't want them to move.
I guess that's weird though that you can only see it in the mirror. Like,
yeah, mirrors. It's in some like religions, some myths, some legends. Mirrors have been known to be able to capture spirits.
That's true. As well.
However, there's also other legends and like myths where if a spirit is in the mirror, it can switch places with you.
weird.
Or latch onto you, one or the other.
Or latch onto you.
As the what we were just talking about with the answering thing, there is actually a great example I can give everybody if they care to learn more about the answering when someone you know is calling you but they haven't actually called you. There's a story called I Heard It Too. I can't read it on stream. It's not free to read. There's an author, and I don't feel like getting a copyright strike, but it's a great story. Creepy as hell.
So let's not do that because
So-
I don't want to deal with that because I have to go to bed in like a few hours.
Basically, I'll give you the summary.
And
This kid is playing on the computer, or I don't know what he's doing in the actual story. I've read like a summarized version. Anyway, this kid's in the house doing something, and he hears his dad call him, and his dad says, "Hey, so and so, can you come help me in the basement real quick?"
Nope.
He answers back, "Yeah," sets his thing down, starts walking toward the basement. His dad comes out of the kitchen, puts his hand over his son's mouth, and says, "That wasn't me. I heard it too."
nope. That's when you like grab a grenade and like throw it downstairs and hope for the best.
Hope it's an actual dude, not some spiritual thing.
Yeah, some
Like-
guy's actually just down there. He's like, "Come on, I actually need help. It's kind of leaking. Can someone help with the plumbing?"
And the voice was his dad's voice, like a exact replica.
Yeah.
It's his dad's Siamese twin. They lock him in the basement because he's too violent.
That's crazy.
That's not the real story, but I mean, yeah, it's his dad's voice calling him, and he answers back, and his dad comes running through the house to
He tackles his son and
No,
goes, "No."
he tells his son to shut up, be quiet, and that he heard it too. And then they
You know, I have one question about that. Why would the ghost use the voice of someone who's in the house and like can hear him?
That because I mean that would actually make the most sense.
No,
if the dad
because-
if the dad didn't hear him, then he would be like, "Oh, he's in the house. He's literally the only person in the house." So that would make sense that he
Yeah.
would be in the house. So he would actually go towards him.
But the dad did hear him.
Oh, he said it
that's-
too loud. Should have shut up, shouldn't he?
yeah,
Yeah, he should have been like, "Oh, dude, can you meet me downstairs real quick? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take a shit." I don't know, something like that. You should be smart about it.
That spirit needs to work
Dumb
on its
ghost,
volume.
bro. Dumb ghost.
Maybe the spirit's like one of those really old spirits that's can't learn any new tricks.
Yeah, he's just stuck in his ways.
Yeah, he hates all those new millennial ghosts that are like, "Dude, I'll give you some weed," and then everyone's like, "Oh, fuck yeah, boy!" And then he gets like 10 victims.
See, this is what skeptics do. Skeptics turn everything around into something that's a half-baked joke.
Yeah. Also because it lightens the mood.
Fair point. We have officially hit the 2-hour mark like 8 minutes ago. So
All right, here we go. Those are some great ghost stories. Thank you guys. I had fun.
My back hurts. I've been like hunched over for a bit.
yeah,
I had a lot of fun.
yeah. Thank you guys for joining the podcast.
Here, let's have a
I hope you
friendly
enjoyed my mirror story.
let's have a friendly face on stream for a little
Oh
bit.
dear God, what is that?
Oh my god, he's cute.
God damn.
What?
Oh
You're
man, gosh,
blonde.
those
I-
those
I was
little
gonna
thin
say
hairs
good luck,
are getting to
good
me.
luck sleeping tonight, everyone. But now after this, I think I might be having wet dreams instead of nightmares.
God.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Man, those chin
If
hairs
you guys
are
want to
gonna
have wet dreams, just
make me
listen to
get a little bit excited, man. I'm actually not gonna fall asleep. I gotta do something else
I'm
first.
just gonna refuse to fall asleep. And I'm just gonna watch YouTube and TV all night. Sound good, guys? Should I just like stream Naruto?
No, I'm watching the VOD for this right now. This is what I'm watching the VOD for, baby.
I'm gonna stream Rick and Morty. Don't forget Dragon Finder's compliments.
I won't.
And Yucky's compliment.
Let's give people some light. It's bright
Yuki
in
from Mob.
here. It's not scary.
Oh, he's
wait a
flexing.
minute. Wait
He's
a
flexing,
minute.
guys.
Wait a minute. Oh yeah, the music stopped when I switched sources. Good. No more sad music. Let's just give her a compliment.
Play as raining tacos.
She did so good during surgery. She not even depressing or sad.
That's very true. That she recovered fast too.
yeah.
I was
Dragon, I'm actually surprised you stayed for all this. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. I shouldn't watch the VOD. She got a compliment.
Yeah, or you can do it next stream too.
No more sad stuff, boys. We're happy now. Everything's fine. My desk is
Yeah,
still cluttered. We're all still here.
We're mad chilling.
We just vibing. We need to
Yeah.
talk. No one talked about ghosts for 3.5 hours. We're fine.
I'm actually gonna have to go back and watch
Hey.
the VOD when my power shut off. That was funny.
We didn't do much.
Yeah, all we did was like explain how economics work.
Something like that.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, there's the Bob Ross. Show the camera the Bob Ross.
Oh
mic.
yes, guys, we're happy. Happy little trees.
I fucking love the delay.
Yeah, love that.
It's a this
That's
entire
beautiful.
stream was a happy little accident.
Happy little accidents, boys.
Gotta love Bob Ross.
Oh yes. Well,
Hey, so by the way, I almost every day I've been streaming either the Outer Worlds or some Minecraft. By the way, so
Okay.
if you guys want to hop in, I do plan on doing an Outer Worlds stream where I let either the viewers or a co-guest make like the decisions. It's kind of like Fallout. If you guys don't know what it is,
where? Over there?
What kind of dance you doing, boy?
I'm not. He said he's behind you.
Yo, get this man Zen on
So-
TikTok. Extra promo.
yeah.
No.
So if you guys are interested in games like Fallout, then hop into my stream. I'm going to be streaming it tomorrow. Space Luigi. He's in his 50s, hair receding, sickly green skin, red eyes, murderous. He's killed almost like 2 entire cities.
These are our two storytellers today, guys. Be sure to go give them some love.
Yep.
You
Oh,
know.
snap. Thanks, bro.
Of course, you coming on. We're obviously gonna shout you out because you're helping the podcast.
You're giving us content.
Hopefully my stories were spooky enough. I don't have many, but those are the few I have.
And that's my co-host, Mr. Skeptic, as we will
thank
learn to call him. I think I'll tell my stories on Halloween. How does that sound?
That was good.
Amazing.
I got quite a few. And
Also,
they're-
if you're gonna
I
do,
was trying to think of like a pun I could use, but I can't.
Can you wear a costume while you tell them too? Because it's Halloween.
I can wear a
Oh,
mask.
Wear a Bob Ross costume.
How about you do
I was
Harley
a- I
Quinn,
was
like all the
actually
all the
Bob
cool
Ross.
girls?
Yeah, we're the skimpy Harley Quinn.
look up an
costume
e-boy outfit.
from-
Let's look up an e-boy outfit. Hold up.
You already have that ring.
Yeah.
Just need a few more.
Dog.
Just as Belle Delphine.
Oh wait, he said he said he has a pinky ring, bro. We can make him the cutest pimp of all
I don't
time.
have a pinky ring. I have a ring.
You said, I thought you said there was one that could fit on your pinky.
It can fit on my pinky. I mean,
Wait, Zen, for Halloween, you should try and dress up as me as what you think I look like.
they don't have any lumberjack costumes.
Why do you think I wear a lumberjack costume?
I don't fucking know.
No, bro, we don't have enough skater gear. All right.
Skater gear. I don't even know how to skate, dude. To be honest, me and Zen have almost exact same hair color.
Kyle,
We both wear
you
glasses.
missed all of it.
The only
bro.
difference is that I have facial hair.
You missed all of it.
Oh,
We're ending.
we're about to end, right? We're about to end.
You're gonna have to watch the VOD, man. It was pretty good. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun not believing anything these guys said.
Come on, dude. Why would I come on here and cap?
Why would I come on here?
I had a lot of fun talking about stuff.
We're out here helping people understand their experiences and what may have caused them, if not paranormal, thanks to Fox of Void.
Yeah, and
It's true.
I can go on both sides because I'm a very neutral person.
I learned a lot. I really wasn't expecting this. I had just got home, was eating my Chipotle, and you were like, get in Discord. And so I stopped eating the Chipotle, and I was like, let's talk about some ghosts.
Yes, sir.
And then he's gonna eat Chipotle afterwards too.
And I learned it wasn't that bad of a decision to tell Mr. Ghost to fuck off.
I would have done the same thing if I had ever see something like that. I'd be like,
I dropped my phone
So
earlier.
cheap.
Pretty sure it was because of a ghost.
Like, hey, cuz you're fucking up my Z's.
Maybe gravity is just one giant ghost.
Gravity is the biggest ghost of them all.
He's also a huge dick.
He's a fucking
Just
ass.
Hey,
flopping
no,
all over
bro.
the place. making
Gravity-
things fall.
y'all sleep on gravity, bro. Gravity keeps us here, bro. We'd all die if it weren't
Dude.
for gravity.
If it wasn't for gravity, I could fly.
No, yeah, you'd fly right to your death. All right,
And
you'd be a
and
baby.
guess what?
You'd be a
Guess what?
baby
Guess what, though?
shooting out, and then you
I
go
would
out the
die
front doors.
flying. I would die flying.
Okay, no, you wouldn't even know it because you're gonna shoot out your mom. The doctor's gonna slip out. You're gonna fly out the front door of the hospital,
Wait,
and then you're gonna go to the atmosphere and just.
wait, hold on. How would I get back in my mom like that for a doctor to pull me out for me to shoot into the stratosphere?
Bro,
That's my
zero
question.
gravity. If you have
Zero
any, if you have any amount of momentum, then
So
you will
what you're
keep going
saying is-
forever.
With zero gravity, I'd be put back inside my mom's stomach, and then I'd be rebirthed. and
That's
flown
not what
into
I
the
said.
It's nothing special, dude. We all been in your mom.
sun. I really hope not. That'd be very weird
Okay, on that note.
and unfortunate. I feel bad for you guys.
Thank you guys for coming.
Hey man, no problem.
I hope,
but I'd think his mom instead though.
I hope nobody's
Yeah.
more.
You better thank her. She's a great mom.
I hope nobody's spooked anymore. It's just me, your friendly neighborhood pothead stoner guy.
Of course.
Good night.
Buenos nachos.
Wait, don't forget to count to 5, Zen.